Hey, Max here, and I got a hot topic to talk to you Star Wars fans about in this episode. And it is about Han Solo, a Star Wars story. We're getting the movie, but should we? Should it have been an animated series? And this is going to be a combo episode. What's next for Dave Faloni and the team that makes Clone Wars, Rebels, after Rebels is finished? Season 4 is wrapping up, so let's speculate. Let's see what we want to. Let's talk about what we want to see. But first, I want to give the warning. This video contains rumors, speculation, strong opinions, and a Mad Max. And I'm mad because they didn't get Han right. We're getting Han Nolo. What could we have gotten? What could have been? What could have been? Did they get... Well, they got it wrong, but what would have taken to get it right? A lot of us say, including my personal opinion, maybe it was just the actor. But maybe they shouldn't have gone live action. Oh, I really want to examine that in this hot topic. Would Han Solo animated series be better? I think it would. Just look at this representation of Han from Disney Infinity 3.0. You get it. That's Han Solo. And it's different from Harrison Ford, but that's Han Solo. Look at that look. Now look at Alden Ehrenreich, that blank stare and so photoshopped image from Entertainment Weekly. He doesn't even have the right posture. His face isn't... This is not a confident Han Solo. You don't have to have an impersonation, but you have to present yourself where you have confidence in yourself, or you're not Han. And I don't care what people say about character progression. Maybe he wasn't confident. No, this is not Han Solo. Okay, so now let's get on to the topic. Han Solo debuts on May 25th. Should it have been a Dave Faloni series? And what other series would we like to see? I have a lot of questions for you viewers because I've been thinking about this topic way before I started my channel. Not just about Han Solo, but why are we so stuck on live action? What is the point? When the general public will be more would the general public be more accepting of animation over live action movies for blockbuster movies if it was done right? I mean, you have standouts in live action realm. When you get down to it, though, it's all this work to maintain a live. Is all this work to maintain a live action universe worth it? There are so many pitfalls that could have been avoided if Solo would have just gone for animation instead of live action. If Solo, a Star Wars story, was animated using cutting-edge animation instead of live action, with using an amazing voice actor. And I love voice actors. I think the art of voice acting with cutting-edge animation could be the future. I really believe it. Why put all in this effort into actors who need replaced age or, if successful, need a new contract? Especially with standalones. When you really examine blockbuster movies for superhero films and science fiction like Star Wars, when you get to the cool bits... the stuff that everyone's there, when you get to the stuff that's in the trailers, what do they show? A CGI fest and special effects extravaganza. Especially with the recent Marvel movies, when you get to the cool action sequences, they go to CG anyway. Why are we so stuck in this combination of live action and CGI? Why not cut out the middleman and go completely animated? I kind of think in the future, down the road, animation's going to progress so much, and they're going to look back at these combinations of live action and CGI, and it's going to look super dated. We may accept it now, but down the road, you're going to not be able to look back at these films. Even though there's some great films being produced now, when you get down to the nitty-gritty and the action sequences, the special effects, the important stuff. Comic book movies It's a great storytelling too, but a lot of it has to do with these CG or these action sequences that are overrun by CG now. And I want to know what your thoughts are. Now, this is my own opinion. Maybe you think I'm wrong. And this doesn't necessarily work for every scenario. But with all the problems that happened with the development of this Solo movie, do you think an animated movie or series would have avoided this mess that is Solo, a Star Wars story? Or do you see other problems that could have come up developing it animated? The way I see to avoid trying to match the charisma of Harrison Ford is go animated. And use a great voice actor to get the swagger. In this hot topic, I also want to explore possibilities for the next animated series from Dave Faloni. What would be cool? And ask the question to you viewers, what series do you want to see? Maybe we will get a Solo animated series. If you could only pick one, I would much prefer an animated Solo series over a live action movie. I would love to see Dave Faloni get these characters. I don't foresee it happening. I don't think that's what it's going to be. But wow, think about it. Wouldn't that be cool? Although I pretty much would like Dave Faloni anything over the live action movies we've been getting. Some other ideas in animated series I would love to see would be, and I have some images in the future, but I want to talk about first. Luke Skywalker. Mark Hamill is one of the best voice actors ever. And it would be a major plus to see him voice the series. I hope this one eventually happens. There's been a lot of talk about a new Star Wars series going to the Old Republic era, and I want to see that too, but maybe animated would also be really cool. Ahsoka Series. One of Dave Filoni's greatest achievements. Would you like to see a whole series devoted to Ahsoka? And one of my favorite video game series ever for Star Wars. I would love a Rogue Squadron series. Maybe not even a live animated, yes. Live action maybe even. That would be so awesome. So far, it seems like they take a series that takes place between saga films. Do you want to see something attached to and in between a saga film or an all-new timeline with all-new group of heroes or villains? Most likely, they may go with some kind of series between episodes 6 and 7. And if I had to pick one of all the ideas I came up with in this episode, and I want to hear your ideas. I'm really interested in what you viewers have to say on this hot topic. What do you want Dave Filoni to work on after Rebels? But if I had to pick one, I would say go with Luke Skywalker. Maybe because I am so upset the way they handled his character in live action, and that I would love to see Dave Filoni and Mark Hamill what they could do together. And the timing feels right now if it ever would happen. If it ever would happen, it probably needs to happen soon. So I really hope that... Well, what do you viewers think? Do you think it could be Luke Skywalker the next series? It would be amazing. But I really want to know what you want to see from Dave Filoni and his team. Rebels is ending soon, and you viewers have some great ideas. So I cannot wait to see what you come up with and read it in the comments and talk with you Star Wars fans. But here's some images. Here's a promo image on StarWars.com for the final season of Rebels. And I love Rebels. I have a lot of problems with the movie releases right now. But animation, I mean, there's a few dud episodes. But overall, it's great. Nothing that harms the universe like Star Wars movies are. The live action movies are. And I really want to know what you guys think about. Do you see a future without these live action CG hybrids and just going completely computer generated and some amazing animation with style? What's the point of this? Are we going to get to a point in the future where it may no longer make sense to have live action? You do have hits and it can work, but is it worth all this effort? And voice acting is an art. I love voice actors. Why not use them more? And we would have, in my opinion, would have avoided this mess with Solo. Here's Dave Faloni. Here's just some images. These are an old Han and Chewie and Boba Fett maquette statue. I forget the company that makes them. Just an interesting style. Maybe this could be sort of the style for a Solo animated series. Although that Han looks a little bit too much like Alden. This is where I honestly want to see Mark Hamill do a Luke Skywalker series after Return of the Jedi, between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. Especially since I'm so disappointed what they did with his character. And those two together, magic. Tell me what you think. Rogue Squadron. Ahsoka. I love Ahsoka. Now, they attack the fans and say we're afraid of women characters. How come we didn't get this when Ahsoka debuted in Clone Wars and how she came back in Rebels? How come this is coming up now if we're so threatened by women characters? Yeah, okay. Marketing spin. Knights of the Old Republic. And here's where I get to the viewer comment. And it's from Theater Pup. Thanks for your comment. A lot of fan bases seem convinced that studios are out to get them lately. Frankly, it just reeks of insecurity and entitlement. We are entitled to great quality content. You know why? Because Star Wars is more than just movies. You can't just be quiet and say, you know what, I just won't watch this movie. Because Disney owns our fandom. And they expect a lot from our pocketbooks. That's why you can't just ignore this junk. We cannot, as a community, ignore this and just be happy about everything that's spoon-fed to us and blindly follow everything they do and listen to all the marketing. Really read between the lines and examining what's really happening instead of just reading the headlines of entertainment news articles, because they all want to work for Disney and Star Wars too. So I appreciate your comment, but I completely disagree with you. And this is where I want to remind you, you don't have to follow me anywhere. All I want from you viewers is to talk about movies, talk about Star Wars, and I'll try to respond, and I'll see you on the next hot topic. Thanks for watching, guys.